Hey everyone, welcome to this new series I'm doing. I've been spending a ton of time working on something super creative. As you can see, I have it here in the background. I have been working on making some vaults for the game Vault Hunters, for the Minecraft Vault Hunters mod. The challenge was put out in the developers' Discord, and there was a community challenge to make vaults for the game. And so I decided to see what I could do. There are some rules, which I'm going to go over, and this is actually the template for the vault. Let's take a look. Oh, hold on. Okay, so as you can see, you're starting out with a box, and this one didn't load in exactly correctly. This is where the entrances to the vault need to be. These little things right here, okay? You can't change this, okay? Along with some other rules. But these are the 4 entrances to the vault. And the vault can include the walls, so you can replace the walls, the ceiling, and the floor, but you can't go beyond this size. It won't work otherwise. All right, so I'm going to fix that. Okay, as you can see, I've got little blue swirlies too. It is dark in here. I'm working with night vision. It's not a problem because in Vault Hunters, the players are given an effect so that they can see inside the vaults. Anyway, I'm going to spend a little time today talking about the rules for the vaults, how to get ideas for the vaults, and kind of what the designs of the vaults need to be like. We'll talk about all those things today. Here's the deal. You don't need to be designing these vaults for Vault Hunters at all. In fact, I think I am going to design a few more vaults because I was really liking the structure of how big it could be and trying to get from one doorway to the other and I want to make some for the servers that I'm on. So I'm going to be focusing over the next few weeks on creating some vaults for the people that I play with to give them some perks for the server. Anyway, let's get started. The first decision we had to make was what we're going to build, and this on the ceiling here that I've worked on is the Eye of Ra. Here's a picture of what it looks like in real life. I decided that this was going to be some kind of Egyptian room, so I wanted to get the ceiling done. I kind of wanted it to look like it was maybe night outside and the moon was up and the Eye of Ra was looking down over the vault. I don't know. That was kind of my feeling anyway. So I designed this Eye of Ra to go into the ceiling. Now, the first thing that you'll notice when we get over here is that it's not exactly centered, but the nature of the vault makes it so that it's an even number, so you can't get everything exactly centered. So 3 of the sides have 3, I believe. Yes, have 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. This one, and that one, and then this side only has 2. So it is a little bit off center, but I got it centered as well as possible. So from the top, this is what it looks like, and then I showed you what was underneath. Now, some things that we need to deal with if we're making a true Vault Hunters vault for the Vault Hunters game is that we've been asked to have clear sightlines from door to door. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that in this vault or not. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do over there in my old builds, I have an updated version of the desert pyramid, and I think I might stick that in here and then kind of figure out how I want to work around that. And I'm thinking that maybe the center of the step pyramid that I built is going to center on this piece of obsidian here so that there's a straight line from the Eye of Ra down to that temple there. And then we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of the room. And if I'm going to make this look like it's outside or if I'm going to make it look like maybe we're in some kind of hole and this is all the sky that you can see, or maybe this is interior, maybe this is in down underground and that is the actual ceiling of the vault, and then some kind of, you know, maybe there's a bigger pyramid outside of this. I don't know at this time. We'll kind of figure that out as we go along. But it's easier to have kind of a backstory when you're building these things. It helps you in your design decisions and your placement of everything. All right, let's go. Okay, so I've got the pyramid in now. It is on level with the doors. Not sure if I want that, but I did do a guide down from the Eye of Ra and I've got it centered. I'm not sure if I want people to climb up or go down or just have an easy access to the temple. As you can see, there's only one way you can come in that's got a direct door as of right now. And it doesn't have a floor yet. So not exactly sure how far this is going to go down or what the bottom of it's going to look like. But I wanted to see what it looked like placed in here. And you can see 3 doors. The door you came in and then the 2 on each side. You can't see that one across the way though, as of right now. We might take away those sight lines as we move forward. All right, I have been working now. I got the step pyramid placed. And I pulled this guy out. It's actually a girl. She's a worm queen. She's a sandworm. I had her built for something else, but I figured I might as well use that in here. So I have her coming out of a hole. I did dig down around here because we want to be able to get down to the bottom levels as well as up. So I'm thinking that maybe we'll be able to go down this way, down here. And there's going to be some areas to play around with down here. I might, but I'm not sure, hide something in the worm. So that is ready to go. I don't think those are supposed to be there. All right. Right. You can't get up there, so I'd have to fix that if I was going to use the inside of this worm. But this, I wanted to make it a little hard to get from one place to another, so I didn't want a straight path going out here. What I thought this would be another wormhole, one that had used prior to this. And so to get, you know, in and out, you're going to have to parkour a little. And, you know, of course, you're going to get stuck up here. Perhaps I'm going to have to make it so that you can actually get your way across, because they're going to see this and they're going to want to get in here to get whatever is in here. Haven't placed the chests and stuff yet, so I don't know exactly where they're going to have to get. But anyway, that was the plan with this. And then just the same as it being a lower level, I wanted to start adding some stuff in the upper levels. So I've got some placements here. I went ahead and I made some houses. Where are they? I think they're out this way. Yeah, so I made some houses out here that I think I'm going to use. They might be the way you see them now. They might be sitting out of the sand. They might be destroyed. It all depends on what storyline we're going with. These might all be intact on top of the sand up here. Maybe not even the full house, maybe sticking out of the wall. And then there might be some over here that are buried, or maybe just the ruins of them. Anyway, it's starting to come together. As you can see, I'm trying to get a story for it. Then once I get everything placed, I'm going to go around and make sure that I can get everywhere that needs to get gotten to. And, you know, for those people that aren't as good at parkour as others are, we'll have to find alternative ways for them to get up and down. But I wanted to give you an idea of what was happening, and then I'll bring you back in a minute. BRB? It's looking pretty good so far, this top section. Well, the upper section and the middle section, still haven't worked on the lower section, and I probably won't for this video. So as I'm going around making just little piddly changes and adding depth and texture and variation and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go through some of the rules that you might want to consider if you're going to do a vault and that were required for the submission for the Vault Hunters. A lot of them had to do with making it so that the server wasn't laggy or, it didn't mess up the rest of the mods or whatever. So I'm going to go through that list now. I probably will say it and maybe write it on the screen at the same time. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'm going to put that in here and I hope that you enjoy this segment. The vault size is 47 by 47 by 47 blocks. Each door must be 3 by 5 blocks and centered on each side. You cannot reposition the doors. It can contain a puzzle or unique trap if applicable. We are not trying to kill the players, so be kind. Do not use the following: extinguished campfires, vertical slabs and other blocks that are not full blocks, structure blocks or jigsaw blocks, note blocks playing recognizable music or theme songs. DMCA strikes are bad for the streamers. Valuables or compressed blocks, for example, ores, ore blocks, beacons, etc. No chests. No command blocks. No mob spawners. Player heads, but standard mob heads are okay, for example, the creeper or the skeleton. No signs, armor stands, item frames, multiple blocks with a UI, for example, not a bunch of furnaces. We like the rooms to feel quite vanilla-like, so keep this in mind when making your block palettes. Redstone contraptions are okay, but use in moderation. Lag is a consideration. Vaults must have a clear line of sight from each doorway. So the vertical slabs and other blocks that are not full blocks, and the block palette is more if you're making these vaults in a mod pack, because you've got access to different blocks besides vanilla blocks. And so if you're going to be putting this on a vanilla server, or you want your friends to experience it, and you're using a vanilla server, those blocks won't translate. You can't use them in your vanilla server. So just keep that in mind while you're making your vaults. Today I've walked you through the beginning process of what it is like to create a vault for your server or for Vault Hunters if you are wanting to do that as well. Make your own vaults for that mod pack. And I've given you the rules that we were given for the community build project. I am going to follow some of those rules. Some of them I might not follow as much for my own server, but I definitely am going to be hiding chests and rewards around my vaults, probably in more places than they would be on Vault Hunters. I do have to put in the mob spawners because I want them to spawn. I'm going to have to probably worry about putting in lighting because unlike the Vault Hunters mod, I'm going to put it on a vanilla server, so we need to be worried about spawning. Although with 118, it's going to be a lot less light than we would have had to put in prior to this time. But hopefully you enjoyed seeing how the process goes, and I hope you are looking forward to getting some inspiration for my next couple of builds, which are actual vaults that I submitted for the Vault Hunters contest, and ones that I am going to be putting on my server. And I would love to see the vaults that you come up with. My Twitter is at the end of this video. You can see it on my end page. And please tweet at me. I would love to see what you're doing. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.